What's up guys, it's Shay OT here, and today I wanted to break down the Champions League drill remix. So I wanted to start a new series where I break down some of my biggest beats over the years. So yeah man, excited to get into this one. So this beat right here went crazy on TikTok. So this has like over 130k plays at the moment. Like football TikTok are going crazy on it, and even the official PSG account used this track. So I'm excited to get into this one. So yeah, let's get right into it. Hope you guys enjoy. So this was actually an idea that my management put forward to me, so shout out to those guys as well. And yeah, I dropped this one like before the Champions League night of football. So usually there's games like Tuesdays and Wednesdays and stuff like that. So I think I dropped this on a Monday, and yeah, this beat it took off in like the first hour. It was crazy. So let's get right into the breakdown. So I'm going to play it for you guys first, and then we're going to go through some of the individual elements and sounds that I've used.
OT.
The beat right there. It was a pretty simple one still, and yeah, it just came out wicked, man. So yeah, let's dive straight into the elements. I didn't realize I was actually clipping there by 0.4, so I should have watched that, but it doesn't matter now. So let's go to the starting elements then, so the melodies. Yeah, so this 8-bar loop here of the UCL theme, it was literally just, I went through the sample, I kind of just figured out what would sound well at the beginning of the drop and stuff like that. I've actually done something similar like this to my newest single, or my recent single I should say, Choices, featuring Back Row G, where I've taken that opera sound and then I've like put it at the beginning. So it's like classical / drill elements being fused together. So yeah, that came out pretty well. And then obviously with this chopped up bit, I've just found bits within the theme that sounds good that I could just put into the beat. And then yeah, it came out well. So yeah, pretty happy with that. And that's kind of like just the melodies. It runs throughout the entire beat. I'll show you guys the structure of it. So yeah, it's just the same thing. And yeah, you just literally just copied it over and over again. So let's get into the drums then. The 808s, I've actually layered 3 808s. So usually when it comes to remixes, I like layering my sounds. I like just making new sounds. I like experimenting, all that sort of stuff. So I've actually EQ'd two out the 3 808s to take out that low end. So what that does is the mid-range kind of like pops through, and then you can kind of hear it where like it layers properly. So I'm going to play it, and then we can dive into the plugins on it as well. So you can hear like the layers involved. So all I've used on this really is I've used a bit of phase distortion on the main 808. It kind of, again, like it warps the sound and changes it a bit more, and it makes it a bit wider in fact as well. So yeah, I like using that plugin, and then stereo spread as well, again just to add a bit more width to the 808. And then I think I used a bit of reverb on this one where I've cut out the EQ on the low end, yeah, just to give it a bit more of a driver overall. So that is the 3 808s. I think also, let me see, yeah, I've used this plugin here, the EXS24. So on my old computer, I used to use this plugin quite a lot. And what this is essentially a sampler. You can drag instruments in, you can drag whatever you want, like drums and stuff like that. It's pretty like basic in terms of its functions, but you can get around it. And yeah, literally all I've done, messed with the glide, and then I've messed with the pitch bend on the 808. And yeah, that's pretty much it on that drive as well. So yeah, that's the 808s, and then the drums. So the drums here, so we've got 4 different layers for the drums, and this was to make up the hi-hats. And yeah, let's play it. It's a simple drill pattern. Yeah, and again, I've just used EQ, I've used a bit of overdrive and stereo spread, so just to give it a little bit more width and yeah, just to punch a bit more through the mix. So let's go to my kick, the Shay OT kick. So this was a kick that I've been using, actually I use to this day, in fact, on a lot of my beats. And it's just a kick that I modified and basically added a bit more drive on. So I don't think I actually used drive on here. I used the drive, just overdrive, just a simple overdrive. And the kick is like, it just pumps through, because for drill it's like you need big kicks. So that's what I've used pretty much for all my beats, as that main kick. So sounds like this. Just a simple pattern that goes throughout as well. Yeah, and then here I think we have just a couple percussion sounds, so I can get these played. Apologies for the CPU because it is very slow. It's my old computer, so it's understandable. Yeah, so just a couple of percussion sounds there. Nothing too much going on. Alchemy as well, I think I used for this one, so I'm not too sure what sounds I use. I'm gonna try to open it if it allows me to. Okay, yeah, so just Alchemy. It's the same thing as the EXS24 in a sense, where you can drag and drop sampling instruments in, but you get a bit more freedom when it comes to Alchemy. You can do a lot more stuff on it as well. And then I think for the clap and snare, I've got the two names mixed around. So the top one's actually the snare. I've just added that snare sound. Let me just play it, and then I'll play it both together. Just give it like a nice clap sound, snare sound. And then you've got that snare. It's like the young chop snare, but it's got like a lot of EQ on the low end, so it only filters out like the high end. So yeah, and then I think this was the sound effects. Yeah, typical drill sound effects. Riser as well. Let's see what we've got in the master channel before we finish up this. So we have Clip Freak. So this plugin I actually used on my old computer back in 22, and it's basically a soft clipper plugin. It makes the drill beat sound like punchy, if that makes sense. Because if I turn this off, it wouldn't sound great. It would just sound kind of flat. So you kind of have to find the right amount of like soft clipping or hard clipping that you want to use. But once you find it, it will sound good. And then I think, yeah, this is just the metering that I use just to see the test the RMS levels on it as well. Usually if I do this, it will end up going to like -6. So that's kind of the sound I wanted. But that is it. It was a simple beat, and yeah, pretty pleased with how it came out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what other breakdowns you'd like to see.